Hello and welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 10. This is my Let's Play adventure and we're going to continue Let's Playing. So I have been fiddling with this for quite a while. This is my Energizing Orb setup. I did make it a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger, improved the energy rods, the everything, and trying to figure out how to automate this, and I did finally figure it out, but then I took it apart. Why? Because I want to show you. I want to show you the struggle that I went through. I am unfamiliar with a lot of things, a lot of these mods. I'm learning them all for the first time. I know about refined storage, but I had never done auto crafting in refined storage. And now we're going to be getting into that. So I just wanted to show you, this might be a shorter video. It might not be, because if I mess up a few times, I'll have to troubleshoot and figure it out. But regardless, let's give it a shot, shall we? Alright, so here is what I learned. Alright, so I have my Energizing Orb right here, right? And now we need to figure out how to automate the creation of blazing, where is it? Blazing crystals, right? And so it requires energizing through power, this one right here. So I tried using pipes, I tried using barrels, I tried using all kinds of different things. Redstone clocks and hoppers and blah, 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 blah. But I found a really cool guide. It was just a picture guide that somebody made on... I found it on Reddit, and it seemed to help. And so I just want to share it with you in video form. So here are the things that you're going to need. You're going to need the auto crafter, a modular router. You're going to need some cables and an importer. And then you're going to need a detector module and a puller module, Mark II. And then, of course, the pattern. Okay, so let's start off with the auto crafter. So the auto crafter is going to go underneath the orb, the energizing orb. But you have to do it in a specific direction, okay? You have to aim up in order to place it so that it is in this orientation. If it's in any other orientation, it does not seem to work, which I thought was interesting. The modular router can go right next to it, and that doesn't have to have a specific orientation as far as I'm aware. So the next thing you're going to want to do, and I'm not going to do this because I've already done it, is you're going to want to make the puller module. So once you make the puller module, let's look it up real quick, puller module, right? You want the Mark II, the MK2, okay? But you have to make the MK1 first in order to get to the MK2. So, yeah, because you just need an ender pearl with the MK1. Okay, so this is very simple. You just need a blank module and a sticky piston, easy. Then blank module is very easy. Gold nuggets, paper, and redstone dust. Very, very quick and easy to make. And then you just add an ender pearl or some sort of pearl in order to make it a Mark II. Once you get that, you're going to want to put this in your hand. And you're going to want to shift click. I've already done this, so I don't need to do it. Shift click and make sure you click on Energizing Orb. Right? Just like that. And you'll make that sound. Once you do that, then you can place this into the module of the modular router. Now, when you hover over this, it says press C or middle click to configure. I'm going to press C. And in configuration, you'll want to set this to whitelist, and then you'll want to select what you're pulling out, okay, what the results are. And so you can just search in JEI, you can say blazing, crystal, and then you just click and drag it over and put it in the spot. And you can do that for each one of these. Now, I did all of these because eventually I'm going to need to do these. In fact, the Niotic crystal is going to be the next one that I have to do. So I'm going to run that in a little bit. And potentially energized steel. Now, I do have seeds for the energized steel, so I don't know that I will ever need to make that. Hold on. I have to figure out where my fingers are on the keyboard. And then I need to go kill some baddies who have stacked up. Where are you going? There you go. Okay. Anyway, with that brief distraction out of the way. Okay. So now you put the puller module in. You've already shift clicked on it. You've set the mode to whitelist. You've added in the elements that you want to pull. Good. We've got all of that done. Now you need to add a detector module. So detector module is also very simple to make. You just need one of those blank modules. When you make the first one, you actually make 6. So you'll have some already, and you just need a redstone comparator, and that's it. Very, very simple. And then I don't believe there's any configuration you need to do here. Oh, there is. I'm sorry. You do have to you don't have to touch anything over here, but you do have to select the left right there. That's it. Once those 2 modules are in, then you're all set. Now you can put speed upgrades in here. I have not done that yet. I might do that in the future, but not yet. Just want to make sure that it works. All right. Good. So now those 2 are set up, but we need to run cables and we need to get an importer put on them. So again, I've noticed that this is very directional focused. If it doesn't follow the correct direction, then it's not going to work. So I'm going to put an importer on the bottom here, and then I'm going to get a regular cable, and I'm going to hook it up to the crafter, just like that. That just supplies power to the crafter for the most part. Okay, and then I'm going to pull cable out, and I am going to hook it up to my system. I just want to make sure that nothing interferes. Let's see, which way do I want to go? I want to go this way. We're going to go in here. Oh, man. We're going to do a little bit of cable rerouting. Let's shrink myself just so that I can jump up here real easy. And then I prefer to just do it this way because the other way, it breaks it so fast. All right, so run this through here. Really? I'm out of cable? Cable. Okay. Alright. Alright, so now it's all hooked up. Let's try to patch some of these holes that I've got. Oh, I did not mean to jump over that. Let's close that up. Just going to try to close all of this up. Oh, geez. It's not easy being small. Oh, wow. There's a big hole over there. Okay. All right. Oh, my God. Look at all these holes. All right. Hold on. Let's... Oh, and I'm out of stone already. That's right. I have plenty more. Where that came from. Okay. So that goes straight up. That's there. Let's close up some of these holes because... Oh, geez. I need logs. Yeah, these guys. I end up destroying more than I... Yeah. Oh! Critical thing that I forgot to mention is we need to put the pattern in the thing. So the pattern, very simple to do. You know, just go to your pattern creator, right? And then you search for blazing crystal. You go over to energizing power, and then you find the one that you're looking for. You click on this, and it'll move the items over, and then you just select the pattern, and it'll make the pattern just like that. Now I already have that, so I'm not going to do it. And then I go here, and I put the pattern in. Great. So now, with all of that being done, we should be all set, I think. Let me make myself bigger again. And then let's cross our fingers that I didn't mess something up, because I did have it working before. And it would be a shame if it didn't work. All right. So blazing, right? So here it shows up, so that's good. I'm going to do control click, and I'm going to do 10. I want 10 of them. And I'm going to hit start. I think I just realized that there's a critical component that I missed. There is. Let's talk about it. Okay, so since I replaced down the auto crafter, there's one last configuration step that baffled me for a while, and I think we figured it out. So we need to change the lock mode of this crafter. And it needs to, I think you just click it once, so it shows lock until redstone pulse is received. This is critical. If you don't have this, then it will just jam the machine. And it won't do what you need. It'll put 6 blazing rods in, and when you put 6 in together, nothing happens. You needed to put 1 in at a time. So, all right, now that we made that change, I think we're all set. Let's give it a shot. Blazing rods. Control click to auto craft. I'm going to do 10, and I'm going to hit start. And there it goes. It is now moving up. You can see it actually happening one at a time. And then the monitor it's working. You get little errors here and there because the crafter is locked, but it will always fix itself. And then in a moment, this is the last one maybe. There it is. 10 blazing crystals done. It is not that fast, but it's easy and it works. And so there's just a few very key pieces of information that you just need to remember. And that is making sure that you place the auto crafter underneath the energizing orb in the exact right position. If it's any other position, it's not going to work. The other thing is, in the modular router, you need to make sure that you shift right click the puller module onto the energizing orb so that the puller module knows where to pull the product, the results out of. Okay? And then the last very important thing is in here, you need to make sure that you select this button so it's lock until redstone pulse is received. So there you have it. This is going to be a very quick episode because this is all we're going to do today. You can see that it works. Actually, I'm going to do, let's see, what was it? Niotic. I need to do these ones anyway. Blah, 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 blah. Energizing orb. I need to create a pattern for it before this works. So let's do that. We're going to go to the pattern creator. We're going to click on Niotic. We're going to go to Energizing Power. And we're going to move items and create a pattern. And now I can pull this out and then I can go put it in here. Put the pattern in there. And not there. Not there. I've got monitors everywhere. Also, you can see Energizing Orb shows up on the Auto Crafter Manager. Yeah. So now let's try Niotic. And you can see I have none. So I'm going to click to auto craft. I'm going to just do 10 to start with because I'm just not sure how this is going to work. It'll probably be amazing, but I'm not entirely sure. So let's give it a shot. We're going to start it. And already they're coming through. It's slow again, but, you know, it's happening, which is important. So, yeah, there you have it. That is how you set up the Energizing Orb for automation with refined storage. I don't know if there's very many tutorials out there. I don't know if you can call this a tutorial, but it might help some people out there if you guys need it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.